Dear comrades, first of all, I want to thank the comrades who organized this conference, and especially the comrades of the Greek comrades of Revolutionary Unification, and the Korean comrades of People's Democracy Party. Ukraine, Palestine, People's Republic of China, Yemen, Socialist Cuba, Korean Peninsula, Palestine. Since 1945, world peace has never been so threatened by the unprecedented offensive of US imperialism, which, intent of safeguarding its hegemony throughout the world, is leading the world towards a great cataclysm. On 11 November 1918, the day of the Franco-German armistice, against a backdrop of mutinies, uprising and workers' and people's revolution all over Europe, starting with the Bolshevik Revolution in Russia, then in the middle of the war, the door was opened for the desire for never against an inter-imperialist war. While the full fascist beast had been crushed by the Great Alliance, and in particular by the USSR, to the extent that French leader at that time, General de Gaulle, recalled in 1944 that the French know that Soviet Russia played a main role in our liberation. The spectre of a new global confederation is once again haunting the planet. It is a spectre flanked by Macron, who, eager to make people forget the destruction of public services, social gains, democratic freedoms, the one and indivisible republic, and even national sovereignty and independence, is ensuring the France in the Euro-Atlantic imperialist order and modernizing the armed forces to the tune on 413 billion euros, announced on 20 January 2023, the day after the first major demonstration against the counter-reform against the pension system. That's why, during the struggle and demonstration against the pension counter-reform of the Macron regime, the PRCF and GRCF put forward the slogan, "Money for the wages, not for the war." Yes. All against a backdrop of rampant fascism fueled by the Macron regime, anything but an anti-fascist barrage, which is fueling growing violence against progressive, starting with communists and fighting trade unionists of the CGT, criminalizing popular resistance and destroying even the few freedoms, starting with freedom of expression that the capitalist oligarchy can stand. Faced with this deadly crusher for sovereign peoples, citizens and workers, it is more essential than ever to work for peace and declare, like Comrade Lenin said, a global war on war, which is being pushed by US hegemonism with its arming NATO and henchmen led by the European Union of Capital. This 21st century, with its many social, democratic, diplomatic, military and ecological dangers that cannot wait until the next century to be resolved, is also significant in terms of the global regionalization of the world population. There have never been so many of us, young people, from every nation of Earth. We, who should have a world future ahead of us, must now face up to the decisive challenges for humanity and together with our elders, finally resolve them. We analyze these dangers as arising from the main contradiction of our time. The contradiction between capital and labor, which along the way tends to be resolved either in favor of the exploited and oppressed majority of the world, or in favor of the exploiting and dominating minority of our time. The latter, although it may still exist or try to exist within countries, for example, socialist country or countries that have taken the socialist path, which have taken this initiative to get rid of it, is today mainly grouped within the dangerous imperialist Euro-Atlantic bloc of the European Union NATO axis, exploiting workers and crushing their wages as never before, trampling on democracy, social gains, but also and above all over-armed and nuclearized. This bloc pushes its imperialist and predatory logic to the point of extermination threatening planet Earth and humanity with the premature extension of all living through catastrophic climate change or the perpetual escalation of war and the use of the planet's nuclear arsenal, which would lead in a very short term and beyond the conflict's possible victims to a nuclear winter holocaust, progressively suffocating the vegetation and animal world without which the human species cannot survive. This fateful march, which the EU-NATO axis is tending to condemn us to, goes hand in hand with the accelerated fascisation of society, especially in the European Union. For example, there is a resolution in the European Union that tends to go to the interdiction of communist symbols and communist parties. So fascisation in our societies, gagging the freedom of expression of opponents, floating all democratic freedoms one by one, like the trade unions' freedom, the strike freedoms in France, for example, crushing even the bourgeois parliaments allowing their votes, and threatening to marginalize young people who, more than anyone else, are well aware that their future is uncertain. That's why, at a time when regional conflicts are multiplying and tending to become globalized under the warlike impetus of the European Union, NATO, and at the very moment when all citizens and workers are demanding to be able to make a decent living from their work in a truly democratic country, by launching this appeal, we want to die. And to this, we are extending our hand to you, young people, comrades from France and around the world, activists, trade unionists, anti-imperialists, young workers and citizens full of peace, humanity, progress, and the future, who are both in terrorism and aren't afraid to make a political commitment. Today, there is only one main cause that threatens to shorten our life, and those are all of our fellow human beings, and that is the predatory and exterminist policy of the European Union NATO axis. We urgently need to get organized and turn together, and at the same time, against these enemies, down with US NATO imperialism. Workers of all countries and oppressed people of the world, unite. Yeah.